working people and saying that you're not, through, for instance, going with national insurance raises on employers, was a terrible illusion. He says taxes are to be paid by people. You've broken your manifesto pledge, haven't you?
No, we haven't, and it's important that we don't let that stand and let that fly. And you can pick your Bank of England voices. I saw Andy Haldane, who was the chief economist of the Bank of England, also interviewed yesterday, saying that what we were doing by taking into account assets when it comes to future investment was precisely the right thing to do.
You can pick the question that you choose to listen to the answer to as well, with all due respect.
Well, you picked a Bank of England voice to quote to me. I'm quoting a Bank of England voice.
Yeah, but to a different question. And that is really crucial to our listeners who perhaps don't spend their Sundays catching up like you and I on what political or Bank of England, former Bank of England employees say. They want to know why you said there wouldn't be higher taxes. They want to know who these working people are who are not defined as working people. And I say to you, are working people who are picking up the extra tax bill not working people? You can't answer that. So I'll put something else to you. Rachel Reeves wrote a column in The Sun on Sunday yesterday talking about this is a budget for strivers. Are those people who are not deemed working people like landlords by this government, are they not strivers?
Look, when we make these decisions, we are not talking about picking out one set of people or another. We're trying to do this in a fair way. We made promises in the manifesto about income taxes, about national insurance and VAT. We will keep to those promises when the Chancellor gets to her feet on Wednesday. It's important that we do that so that we stabilise the public finances, we start to turn around investment in the NHS to improve it, and we change the country's investment story for the future, and we do it in a fair way.
Do you accept you have annoyed some people who are going to pay more by not describing them as working people? Can you say yes or no? Do you accept that?
I think if people are annoyed, what they should be annoyed at is the fiscal fiction, the fictions that we inherited that have forced us to face up to this situation. And you have the spectacle
today. If you've annoyed
today,
people, then telling them what they should be annoyed about is not really the right way to go. Because I put to you that don't you want people to want to invest in public services? Don't you want to take them with you? And the way you've managed this by effectively, some would say, wordplay around how taxes are not going up on your pay slip, but effectively, if you take one example, extending the freeze on tax bands is a tax rise. The way that you're not being fully honest about that, and the way that your education secretary yesterday couldn't say a small business owner was a working person, has alienated and annoyed a lot of people you're going to expect more money from.
Well, I do think people want us to invest in the public services. They expect that from a Labour government, particularly with the NHS. We want to do that. We did it the last time we were in government. We left office in 2010 with the highest rates of public satisfaction with the NHS on record. We came back into office in 2024 with the lowest levels of public satisfaction in the NHS. So people do want to see that investment. That is something that will start on Wednesday.
But to those people that you've annoyed...
This can't happen overnight.
Yes, of course it can't happen overnight, and we will hear the plan. But to those people you have annoyed, what do you say to them?
Look, I say we've got a difficult job in trying to sort out the public finances, which we inherited in a very bad way from the Conservatives. That's why they've chosen today to attack the OBR. They're running scared of an independent verdict on the situation that we inherited. No government gets to choose the circumstances in which it comes to office.
They want to hear if they're working people, if they're strivers. They want to be motivated by leadership, and they don't want to feel necessarily penalised or isolated or annoyed. And that's what you have to say to them. Fiscal fiction, go with the party line on that.